As you say, you can see how busy we've been. And to put that into context, last year we totaled 108,000 items merchandise. As of Sunday this year, we were at 116,000 with 3 weeks to go, which is a lot of time. And of course, we've also been helping Santa deliver his mail. He needs help now and again.
Well, we've had the traders complaining about the sales in Main Street. So, as you say, the figures speak for themselves. People are shopping online.
Indeed, people shop online because it's convenient, they've got access, and at the end of the day, we just provide the service. We don't actually determine who buys where.
And apart from Santa, what about the traditional Christmas cards? Are people still sending those?
Absolutely, especially the older generation. I don't think that they cope with the computers and the the funnies that we get on the email. But the volume of Christmas mail, proper Christmas mail, remains almost constant or just slightly below.
Well, coming back to the Parcel Post, and unfortunately, unlike Santa, you don't have any elves to help you. So it has had a bit of a backlog, hasn't it?
Absolutely, and we're very, very, very grateful for the help that has been provided by Minister Isola, who actually came here yesterday and was with us for 2 hours. The extra resource has been invaluable. As you can realize, we were actually almost not struggling, but it was difficult. We've had a surge, and this has now been taken care of. With regards to the current status, we're almost up to date with the registered. That'll be caught up by the weekend. And all walk deliveries, all parcels, and all letter packets are now up to date. So we're doing very, very well.
Is this to blame for a delay between the items actually getting to Gibraltar and the slip being delivered?
Not really, and I think the public, our customers need to understand this. We are mandated, as you saw here, to actually log in every barcode item that arrives in Gibraltar instantly. But of course, then we have the time between the production of the actual notification to collect card, what we call the slip, and also we have to sort the slip, then sort of deliver the slip, and there is an element of time. We try to hit 48 hours, but of course the actual ratio is between the number of parcels we've been hit with and the number of staff available. So, but we're doing rather well with it, to be honest.
You've changed your opening hours for the Parcel Post. Some people like it, civil servants perhaps not so happy with the hours that coincide with theirs. Extra hours now over Christmas as well?
Absolutely, and what you've got to realize is that the actual hours were a response to surveys that have been undertaken. People wanted to be able to actually come and collect their parcels before going to work, and also during the actual lunch hour, and that's been provided. We're going to be open every weekend, all through December, right up to the 24th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. What I would ask the customers, the clients, is please come and collect your parcels as soon as possible, because you've filmed the state we're in. We're absolutely swamped, and if you keep leaving the parcels here, we could almost come to a halt.
Mr. Bado, on something completely different, and these concerns that have come to the GBC newsroom, and that is that credit cards are getting lost. They're not being delivered to people.
That is not down to the Royal Gibraltar Post Office, and I know it's very easy to say, but it's demonstrable. Entities like Barclaycard, for example, since you've mentioned Barclaycard in the UK, tend to offer their contracts to not necessarily Royal Mail. They're doing it with Holland Post, Deutsche Post, even the Czechs. Now, at that point, these postal administrations that are operating in the UK have access to UK sort of outlets, but not necessarily to Gibraltar. And it is the case that some of these items disappear into these postal administrations for 2-3 weeks sometimes, and then they have to react. What do we do with them? So some of them are showing up 4 and 5 weeks later. There's nothing we can do about this. It's a sad sort of reflection of the way that contracts are negotiated nowadays, and we are a very difficult location to get to.
And you're very satisfied that they're not getting lost in Gibraltar?
Oh no, absolutely not. I mean, I have dealt with many, many clients who will know this is true. And I have demonstrated, if you look at the actual items when they come, you can see where they've been, because they're actually advertising where they've been and who's processing. So they're definitely not getting lost in Gibraltar.